What are you talking about?
I would like to create a David Dick Cumber tenant.
David Dick Tennant
Batch. And I would like to give him the powers of both Doctor Strange and Doctor Who.
Please tell us that we're not recording. What if this fell into the wrong hands?
Oh, we're recording. It might fall into the wrong hands.
Roger, unbelievable. All right, nobody make a David Dick Cumber... No, Tennant Batch. Folks, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name is Jordan Dahl.
I am Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstroco Q Remover. Has your friend or loved one been inhabited by the confounding demon of stupidity known as QAnon? This single-use medical hammer will knock the stupid right out of them. Monstroco Q Remover. Apply directly to the forehead.
And I believe it can be the general forehead, not like the third eye on the forehead. Like you hit them anywhere, you're good.
Yeah, you got to surprise them though,
which is hard, especially like in the front. You got to wait around like a corner.
They're a suspicious lot. They'll expect half of the QAnon bullshit is like someone out there is trying to hit you with a hammer, and so they're like always on the lookout for it. So you got to be quick. You got to be crafty. And I suggest like being like, hey, look at this. They found, come look at this website. They found proof that Joe Biden is Obama. And then they'll be like, what in the world? And they'll come over to have a look. And then when they look at the computer screen, it's just you with a hammer and you belt them right in the forehead. And you say, get it together, stupid. I respected you.
It's the least you can do is by Monstroco's Q hammer?
Q Remover.
Q Remover.
By Monstroco. What the fuck?
That time it's like, thank you, though. I've been looking for something like that.
Yeah, they do good stuff like that. It is because they're the ones who discovered that the whole QAnon thing is a demon of stupidity.
Monstroco researchers are also shamans.
That's true. And Monstroco shamans are dentists. Get your teeth done holistically. They will send a group of spirits in to get the cavities out of your teeth and replace those cavities with gremlins. Sorry, that's all they know how to do. They fill them in with gremlins, but you won't have cavities anymore. Did I tell you that I have to go get cavities filled in?
I thought you were going to say put in, first of all. I was ready for it. And I was like, nope. He said removed like it should be. It happens. I got a good dentist. You want to spend a lot of money to fly out to Denver?
No, not at all.
Pay even more money for a dentist?
I don't want to do any of those things. But least of all, I want to have cavities filled. This guy came up to me, looked me right in my mouth and said that I need a root canal. Can you imagine? What a rude thing to say.
And the thing is, could let the demons out.
Unbelievable. Yeah, what if you're drilling in my tooth and there's like an ancient tooth demon that's been sealed in there for millennia?
Which is something we found out through our Twitter. Apparently, there were demons inside of our teeth causing all the cavities.
Oh yeah, that's how Nate joined the pod. Nate was originally a demon that was inside of one of Roger's teeth. We got him out and we were like, hey, this demon's pretty cool. Would you like to be on the pod? And he was like, I guess so. That's my Nate Balding. He kind of sounds like the guy from True Detective whose name I can't think of. All right. That guy?
Oh,
Marth Buchanan. I think his name is Marth Buchanan.
Now, we're not on the Marth Buchanan podcast yet. That's what we record after this.
This is true.
Shall I go first for the paranormal spooks?
Yeah, why don't you take up the skull?
I got the skull, the speaking skull. We
don't have Nate today. Nate was lost on an expedition in darkest West Dakota. He was looking for, you know how there's Bigfoot? He was looking for big hands.
Oh.
Boy, I'm doing a lot of corny bits here, but I'm into it.
Yeah,
In
but they're
West Dakota,
solid.
that's where Big Hands lives. He was looking for him. Hopefully he found him, and he's getting the best shoulder massage of all time right now.
Do it, Nate. Get it. Relax for once. Take a
Lean
vacation
into
with
it.
Big Hands.
Yeah.
We'll pick up the weight for this week because I have two great ones that I'm pretty sure we've talked about a decent amount in various segments. And
one terrible one.
And one terrible one. Just one that's like, why are you even speaking about this one?
Oh, gross.
So
boy, you know what was gross is we were goofing on what a terrible example of a human being Matt Gaetz is.
Mm-hmm.
He stood up during the UFO hearings, the UAP hearings, I guess.
Yep.
And was like, I agree. And I was like, God damn it.
You agree with what?
He agrees that they need to tell us where the bod is, the alien bod. We want to see it.
He knows where. Matt, and get out of here.
He was basically speaking, he was on our side, and it bummed me out.
Listen, sometimes you got some weird allies that are really enemies, but you sort it out after the body's on the table.
Give us the body. I want to eat sushi off of a naked alien.
So let me go and continue my reading of the extraterrestrial species almanac.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We were just touching the surface of this one.
Yeah, I did 2 of them last week, although I can't remember which 2 I did.
That's because the aliens got in there and wiped your brain, man.
However, I do have a list. It's called our podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's called our podcast.
And I did the Bisonites and the lion felines.
That's right. It was a real furry, heavy episode.
It was a very furry, heavy episode.
A very furry, heavy episode.
This week, we're going into some ancient alien shit.
Mm-hmm.
As I talk about for right now, the Anunnaki.
Hey, these guys, these clowns.
Supposedly, if you've listened to a lot of ancient alien episodes and whatnot, supposedly one of the people that created humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They worked on the original human project. They built the first guy. Ron Perlman.
They built a dom. In fact, they use that as a proof of existence of them as kind of a people linguistically, because Adam is ancient Sumerian for man on top of ancient Hebrew for man, if I do believe that is correct.
See, I'm part of a group of people who believe that Ron Perlman was the first guy.
Fair. No,
look at him. He's a prototype looking motherfucker. Just kidding.
Low on the
handsome.
list.
And he supports the WGA.
He supports any union. He'll be there at your corporation leader's front door with a Molotov cocktail.
Truly. Remember when he straight up threatened?
Me and Kylie played that video all the time.
It was amazing. And then he had to take it down because his agent was like, Ron, you can't openly threaten studio heads. And he was like, bullshit.
Why not?
I'm the first guy.
I'm the best Hellboy.
Yeah, he was. He truly was.
Oh, lost it. I'm not a new alien. So let's talk about the Anunnaki. Universal origin. The Anunnaki are a old generation of gods from the planet Nibiru. In the Sumerian dictionary, translates to Jupiter.
Oh, wow. So it's just right around the corner. Right around the corner.
Everyone's all like, there's a 10th planet or 9th planet, depending on your beliefs on Pluto.
And they're like, no, it's that one. It's that one. You can see it right there.
It's Jupiter. I said Jupiter. What are you thinking I said?
Nobody knows what's in the center of Jupiter. Currently, scientists think it might be caramel.
Oh, I can't wait to crack that egg open.
Oh, boy, could you imagine? The
name Anunnaki is taken from An, a Sumerian god of the sky. The physical characteristics of the Anunnaki is that they are giants compared to man today, with olive complexions and dark eyes.
Just men like Ron Perlman.
The men wear their hair long in soft waves.
Sexy.
With long beards curled in rows.
Double sexy.
Coiffed to perfection. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
This is a great look.
That's right. Okay, coiffed.
Or
what does that
sometimes
mean?
people say coiffed.
What does coiffed mean? I'm not good with hair fashion.
It means styled to perfection. Like if you have a coif of hair, it's like, ooh, somebody's been caring about that hair.
All right, Anunnaki got some drip. Then they're fucking crushing it out there on the fashion game.
You're describing someone who would be seen on a date with AOC.
Good for her.
Just
the women of the Anunnaki have long wavy hair and dress similar to Grecian goddesses.
Oh, very sexy.
All right, I'm gonna say I enjoy that. I like that.
Absolutely.
They possess superhuman strength and have powerful presences.
Now that's sexy.
Now, belief system. The Anunnaki believe in service to self.
That's all we get on the Anunnaki women?
We got about as much on the dudes.
No,
I just said it more
the beard
sensually.
and the hair.
Here, the women have long, wavy hair.
All right,
and dress similar to Grecian goddesses.
Oh, okay, all right. What about the butt? They have butts?
Their butts possess superhuman strength.
Whoa!
And have powerful presences.
Okay, nice. That will suffice my horny intellectual needs.
The belief system of the Anunnaki is to believe in service to self. They have been convicted of breaking many cosmic laws. They're the bad boys. They're on motorcycles.
All right. Man, these guys are really taking top dollar for sexiest alien.
In fact, one of their breakings of the laws of cosmic nature is the creation of humans
through doinking of
genetic
people.
Manipulation.
Oh, okay. So not exactly doinking.
No, they doinked some of us, they
science doinked.
Yeah, they science doinked us.
Sure.
The cosmic agenda of the Anunnaki, 450,000 years ago, the Anunnaki came to Earth in search of gold.
Gold. We got a line on a real mother lode of a planet.
An element needed to mend their fragile atmosphere.
Oh,
Nibiru, their homeworld, was endangered from radiation from the sun. Once again, Nibiru means Jupiter.
Interesting. Oh,
they
inject gold into the cloud.
That's why some of the spots shine so much. I don't know if that's a thing. That's a Werewolf Radar fact. Okay, don't trust them as real facts.
Those are those flimsy facts that we make out of paper mache.
Yes, which are still pretty, but they don't hold up.
They're still facts. They're just not.
Don't go out in the rain with these facts.
Exactly.
So they settled in Samaria through genetic manipulation, created a slave race to mine the gold.
That's us.
Back home, they transformed the gold into a liquid light modification and blanketed it around their atmosphere to shield the harmful sunlight. Eventually, they left Earth with their lower vibrational gene pool continuing to evolve. That's us.
That's us.
It is said that the Anunnaki will return to Earth, for the cosmic law of cause and effect is growth over time, and they are responsible for their human creations. Others say that the Anunnaki are already here and maintain control over human evolution through covert elite groups. As
evidenced by Ron Perlman.
By evidence of Ron Perlman's success. Also, maybe John Travolta's success.
No, Travolta is he's in league with Xenu.
Ah, yes, Xenu. We'll talk about him eventually.
That's an alien we don't care for very much.
No, but we'll talk about that Xenu and his boys.
Bad PR.
Very, very. They're already here. The secret groups. Some say the Anunnaki are human reptilians or reptile influence. The Draconians and Anunnaki are said to vie for dominion over Earth.
Okay. Listen, it's ours.
It's ours. First of all, it's ours. You created us, then left
Yeah, it's ours now.
It's squatters' rights.
We got dibs. We got people all over this fucking thing.
Once you are the only being on a planet with other beings, of course, planets are they're faceted ecosystems.
Yeah,
once
but humans
you're
won.
once you're the people in control of the planet for a few thousand years, it's now yours. Internet or cosmic law squatters' rights.
Exactly. We licked it.
Now, the Draconian or Anunnaki, are they one and the same?
Oh.
Today, extraterrestrial enthusiasts say that the Anunnaki have finally come to terms with the errors of their ways and are making every effort to correct their karma. So some say they were like, we're sorry, we goofed up, we created you, then we abandoned you, and now you're all at each other's necks. You don't understand how to be united.
And now there's like progressive Anunnaki thinkers on like SpaceX. Being like we got to go back and clean up this human situation. Have you seen Ted Cruz? We caused that.
Let's talk about their technology before we then move into the second race.
Okay.
Technology. The Anunnaki have great spacers, motherships designed with multiple cities inside, replicas of their past civilizations.
Sick.
Very big into, tradition and aesthetics.
Tradition.
Their fleet craft are 2 half domes that form an oval shape. When in transport mode, tiny organic feelers extract from the center of the ship to sense the universal vibrations.
Whoa.
Once the ship has found its resonance octave, it propels itself into the antimatterverse, into old secret hyperspace corridors created by their ancestors long ago for instant teleportation across the universal divides.
Holy shit.
I think that kind of layman's terms into like they're folding a lot of space and time, right, Jordan? They're just all like, well, now I'm here because time's an amorphous blob and 2 points are always touching.
Right. I've heard it described as if you were to take a sheet of paper and use a hole punch on one end and a hole punch on the other end, like you'd have to draw this big long line to get between those hole punches. But if you just fold the piece of paper in half, it's the 2 hole punches are right on top of one another.
And that's pretty solid too.
Yeah.
Very good analogy. Consciousness abilities. Oh, wait, I skipped a sentence. My bad. They prefer to travel incognito.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't?
And avoid detection from the hyper alert Galactarian alignment eyes.
Uh-oh. What?
We talked about them kind of. The Bezonites are part of this. Both of them, the Bezonites and the Lion Felines, are part of a Galactarian Federation.
Oh, okay.
It's benevolent.
But the Anunnaki are like, look, we just don't like to deal with cops.
They don't like to deal with cops.
Got it.
Consciousness abilities. The Anunnaki enjoy created being status. Their divine power has extensively diminished over time due to their egos.
Same.
But what they used to be able to do with the power of their minds, they're slowly replaced with technology. So they went from like, I have these abilities to these abilities are probably tiring in my head is what I'm thinking, Jordan. And then they were like, well, I can just put a chip in here and now I don't have to waste this energy. So now they're becoming more machine than Anunnaki.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's kind of scary.
They're capable of living and traveling up to the 6th dimension.
Ah, that's where they got that. That's where they got that good weed. That 6th dimension weed.
Now, that's the Anunnaki. As I said, I'm going to go do 2 each episode until we get bored, which it's going to be a while.
I mean, honestly, this is like going on fucking Wikipedia and just reading about all of the weird aliens you see in the background of Star Wars movies. And I've done that for hours.
So we mentioned another alien race a couple times in episodes and in the last star race that we discussed, the Anunnaki. We mentioned the Draconians. That's who we're going to talk about next. Okay. And the reason why is because Earth is very much centered in this star nation.
This war.
The universal
Dracons.
The universal origin of the Draconians is that they are from the Orion, Sirius, and Draco constellations. The leaders reside in Orion.
Okay.
Physical characteristics are cold-blooded creatures whose skin is made of scales, shoots, and bony plates.
Wait, shoots?
Scoots. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm not really. I'm not super sure what a scoot is, but I think it's like a ridge on a plate.
It is, and also the PDF of this has a dictionary for various words.
Okay.
A scoot is a thickened, horny, or bony plate on a turtle shell, or on the back of a crocodile or stegosaurus.
Cool. Oh, okay, cool.
So they're saying it has bony plates, and bony plates.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Their most common coloration is brown, beige, and green, or all one color.
Okay.
Others are more vibrant, combining their more hue or one or more hues, such as red, orange, yellow, green, aqua, blue, blue, and purple.
Right.
They are built.
That's awesome. How knowing this, how bummed would you be if you met a beige one? Be like,
I know more vibrant.
No, that's a problematic thing to say, but like, so you guys have beige in space, huh? Cool.
Us too.
I gotta get going.
They are built, and to be honest, I think I have that I don't know words anymore. I have that expectation as well, to where like, oh, I really expected you to be a brighter color.
I was thinking like purple, aqua, and to be fair, I'm pretty beige.
Yeah,
I bet people are disappointed to meet me too. Like, I had been listening to podcasts. I figured you'd be aqua.
So these Draconians are built to fight and have impressive muscular bodies.
Okay.
Their clawed fingers.
They're also hot.
Yep. Their clawed fingers and fingers and toes have 4 digits and a thumb. Other subspecies have 3 fingers and a thumb.
Ugh.
Males have distinct mating claws on each thumb used to subdue females and induce pleasure.
Induce pleasure. Sit back while I induce pleasure.
Like it might not be romantic to you, but that's because you're human.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to sit back and have pleasure induced on you.
Mm-hmm.
Reptile eyes are usually green or blue. However, they can be orange, yellow, and brown. Males are 7 to 9 feet. Female are 6 to 7. They have foul, pungent smells and odor that is designed to weaken its opponents in battle.
Okay.
The belief system.
A lot of that applies to me as well.
Jordan, look to your right.
Mm-hmm.
Look to your left.
Okay.
If those two people aren't a reptilian draconian,
oh shit,
you might be the reptilian draconian making that smell.
Geez. What if I was and I didn't even know it?
Oh, that would make a weirdly better show. We could then interview you questions about your body.
Oh no, I pull my own face off in the mirror. That explains why I'm constantly spraying a scented musk oil everywhere I go.
The deface episode of our YouTube channel would be our most watched episode. You taking off your face.
Yeah, everybody would listen to that one episode of Werewolf Radar and then be like, yeah, I'm not so into the chupacabra stuff. But that one where the guy pulled his face off and revealed that aliens are among us was pretty good.
Listen, how we get our 4 million views, I don't care.
I mean, neither.
Belief system. Draconians are staunch believers that they were residents of the universe first.
Same.
I was the first being.
Yeah.
And that because so, it belongs to them.
Same.
They feel superior over every race.
Dude, this is spooky.
Especially humans.
So spooky.
They teach their children
humans.
They teach their children from youth that humans are the dreck of the universe.
Oh, wow.
They are not emotionally attached to their young, however. That seems to be the only thing they teach them. Like, it's just, you're hatched and then humans suck.
Humans suck later.
Later, buddy.
Oh,
Hope
God.
you have a nice youth.
Can you imagine their fucking human Halloween costumes? It's like, I have a hat on backwards. I listen to Sublime. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
So they're not emotionally attached to their youth, and they let them fend for themselves, like we kind of played out. If the child dies to circumstance, they believe the child was weak and deserved death.
Oh, boy.
Their superiors are the alpha albino royal drax. The alpha albino royal drax.
Yeah, that whole thing, huh?
Yeah, that whole thing.
Okay.
Other reptilian species, their subordinates know their classification, but to gain power and status, they will fight for a more prevalent spot in the clan. So there's other reptilians, draconians, of course, but you can't really like raise your societal position without fighting for that position. Like you got to take someone down.
Okay, I see.
Cosmic agenda. Draconians want to completely rule the universe. They are the fiercest. But where's your army, Jordan? That's what you don't have.
That's a good question.
Wait. Could the Dark Council be your army?
Oh my God. Dark Council, hit me up if you want to be an army and you want to see me pull my face off. I might be in a reptile alien underneath, but I also might be just a screaming skull covered with meat.
So Draconians want to completely rule the universe. They are the fiercest tyrannical warriors known to any civilization.
Oh boy, that's not
fear and weaknesses are aphrodisiacs to them.
Yeah.
Samey.
Same.
They are hell-bent on conquest and control, excellent navigators of universal territories. They have conquered many planets secretly from the inside.
Oh.
Master manipulators and puppet masters due to their billions of years of evolution. They alter less evolved civilizations' gene pools to dumb them down and control them from afar for human food.
That is definitely what's happening right now on Earth.
Resources and underground territory, the population unaware that they are being controlled.
Oh boy.
Draconians alter the perfection of human body, including the mind. Hence, thought patterns become degenerative, and humans' rights to ascend to the grandeur of the universe becomes inactive. They're stopping us.
They're stopping us because they
know how the Ponti are trying to help us. These guys stopping us.
These guys are trying to stop us because they know that we would fucking be awesome at it.
We'd be cool. We'd be great at it. Give us a chance.
Yeah. We got all the best guys.
Put us in, coach.
Fucking Tony Hawk. Fucking
now,
Amelia Earhart.
Those are the best two humans I can think of.
The best ones I can think of.
Draconians do not look for immediate results. They love to plan everything out very carefully to guarantee success. Time is their friend. They are said to rule over Earth from behind the cosmic curtain and are said to have 3 bases on our planet. Draconian imperialistic agendas are threatened as we explore the universe, so they try to stunt our growth at every turn.
As with Antarctica, Palm Springs,
somewhere nice, somewhere functional,
somewhere bad,
somewhere bad. As with all races, some Draconians are of a lower or higher frequency. Draconians are not evil, although we just described them in every evil term.
That's pretty evil.
They are all not evil, and some have escaped their worlds to live their lives in peace elsewhere. So, like, it's one of those who are like, not Americans want this war of imperialism, you know? Like, some of us are like me and Jordan. We just want to get high on Tuesday.
Yeah. And sometimes on Wednesday.
Thursday is always great.
A little bit on Thursday and like before work.
Yeah, on Friday, always before work on Friday.
And after work. And during work.
During work. Saturday is the 420 day all day,
Obviously.
And Sunday we record Werewolf Radars. Join our Patreon, and you can join us as we record.
As we blast bong rips.
So technology, Draconian ships are disc or box shaped.
Oh.
Their technology is also organic and is programmed with dark consciousness and evil intent.
Okay, you just said they were an evil book.
Okay, like some of them, I think that's like the official Draconian. Like if you're in the Draconian Dragon Army, you have this ship.
You got to be evil. Okay,
but you can possibly escape and then become an enlightened Draconian.
And you get a bonus to wisdom instead of intelligence.
Yes, and they love to say, judge the individual, not the race.
Interesting. It is very funny to think that they're like, now we're not evil, right? And they're like, no, we're not evil. But our ships should be evil, right? Well, obviously.
Consciousness abilities.
People aren't bad, but airplanes are obviously bad.
Consciousness abilities. Draconians can shapeshift.
Yikes.
Their Draconians shapeshift their consciousness into other dimensions, including the astral plane, and project their consciousness into a body they want to control.
Oh, boy.
They pick lower vibrational humans whose auras are compromised due to smoking, drinking, and abusing drugs.
Whoa.
Jordan, you might be a reptilian.
Dude, I've done a ton of all of that shit.
These holes are auric, and these holes in the auric field give them a point of entrance.
Oh, I thought we were on a different part of the document now.
No, now we are.
These are their holes.
When impregnating human women, Draconians camouflage themselves as handsome human men having sex with them in a dream or altered state.
Well, that's good for them at least.
The Dracs then harvest the fetus within 2 to 3 months for their breeding program.
Wow.
And
Dracs, that feels problematic.
Female Dracs do the same with human men.
Oh, boy.
When inducting humans, they put false screen memories in the host. They can manipulate a mind and body in a dream in the astral plane, and also attacking them while they're instilling tremendous fear upon waking. The Dracs feed off the trauma and sustenance that gives them power to boost their ego. They can speak mind to mind, but without the transference of true feelings. So, like, you can lie in their mind. They can lie in mind to mind.
Oh, wow.
That's what I get from it, because you're not showing your true feeling. You can, like, think something that's not, not what you're actually feeling.
Man, diabolical.
Draconians can control lower vibrational astral bodies from the astral realm. They are puppet masters, as we said, to those of their choosing within their own race and other species. Their dimensional capacity is that Draconians are able to hide their craft in dimensional time pockets. Secret realms not known to man. Well, I mean, we know about them now. So now known to man. But known and watched by the Galactarian alignment. That's once again the Bisonites and Lion Felines, plus a number, a trove of other star nations. They also have their own travel corridors in the antimatter universe, which we'll talk about more as we go through this book. They also have black worm-like holes. They go through black holes, essentially. And they do this to track between galaxies. They're multi-galaxy, man.
Damn.
But that's going to wrap me up. I took up enough time. That's 2 more star nations from the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. It goes on to read Alpha Albino Royal Dracs. There's a huge technology or a huge section on those. I got Dragon Dracs. But, we got so many to go through. We haven't even talked about the Bat Bowals, the Jowlin, the Jowlin. I got Saurians, which are separate from Dragon Dracs. Dinosaurians, which are different from Saurians.
Good Lord.
The Rothman, we still haven't talked about.
Is it like the Mothman, but like...
Oh, Jordan. It is.
But wrathful?
It's a typo.
Oh, okay.
So in the chapter selection, there's something called the Rothman, and printed, it says Rothman.
Oh.
And then the very first sentence, it says Mothman's origin is unknown.
Okay. All right. Well, bit of a whiff. Far out. May I have the speaking skull?
Here you go. Take it. Make sure you put on your speaking skull glove.
I will. Here we go.
Don't touch it with your bare hands.
Let it perch on my arm. There we go. And now I will open the mouth and tell my story into it so that it can be blasted across realities. I want to talk to you today about alchemy. What do you know about alchemy?
I know a decent amount about it. I know Merlin was an alchemist. He taught Morgan Le Fay, who was also an alchemist. Alchemy was kind of like chemistry, and alchemy were kind of like the magic back in the day, to where like, how do you know you put these powders together with some water and you can make them explode?
Yeah. So I want to talk to you.
That's what I know about it, like that type of stuff.
That's pretty accurate. It's like it's kind of an old-timey stab at chemistry, but before they had any kind of real science. So it was just sort of guessing, like, if you mix fire and wind, you'll get wind fire. Obviously, butterflies can be ground into a powder that lets you see through mirrors, like that kind of thing. I've been reading a little bit about specifically the philosopher's stone, which is the ultimate goal of alchemy, was to create this stone that, among other things, could turn any metal into gold. Basically, was kind of the end game for a lot of alchemists. I have a couple of websites here that I'm going to be reading from. This one's a little bit long, but we'll kind of groove through it. This is from Factinate.com. This is Dark Facts About Medieval Alchemy. And then I have another one that talks a little bit more about the Philosopher's Stone itself, which some people think is a real item, a la the Holy Grail, and other people think it's more of like the Philosopher's Stone was the friends we made along the way kind of situation, which
also, I know what Full Metal Alchemist taught me. I don't know how accurate that show was, but it taught me a lot.
I mean, transmutation was definitely a big part of what they were trying to do. So we have 41 facts here about dark medieval alchemy, and I'll try to go through them. All right,
sit down, everyone. Our first 3-hour episode. Joe
41.
Rogan, get out of here.
All that glitters. One of the main goals of alchemy was to create the Philosopher's Stone, an element that could turn base metals into gold. Boy, the Anunnaki would love that one, huh? While the feat was never actually accomplished, unless real discoveries about the properties of metals were made along the way, meaning that alchemy has been considered a precursor to modern sciences like chemistry and mineralogy. Fun. In addition to seeking endless wealth, some alchemists pursued the secret of perfect health. They believed that the Philosopher's Stone could also bestow immortality. What's the point of infinite riches if you don't have the youth and health to enjoy them, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Boy, the balls on these guys. We're going to skip ahead. Europe was a little late to the alchemy game, since the pursuit didn't make its way to the continent until about the 12th century. Before that, people were alcheming all over the place. Egypt, India, China, the Islamic world. People were fucking alcheming.
At this time, I do believe China fucking had gunpowder for 200 years. They were setting off fireworks all over the place, having real fun because of alchemy.
Making the spiciest noodles.
Also, alchemy killed the first emperor of China.
That's true. He was chugging mercury
all day long. He was like, I like the taste of it. It's sweet.
Yeah. Number 37, Newtonian laws of alchemy. Turns out that Sir Isaac Newton, remember that guy? The gravity guy? What goes up must come down guy?
Calculus is the reason we can launch ships into space.
It is now theorized that science was just a hobby to Newton, and his true passion were occult studies, particularly alchemy. Yeah, he was just goofing around, and it was like gravity, the math thing that Roger just said, calculus. But also, once the day is done, let me go home to my powders and ground up butterflies and start, doing extraordinarily dangerous things near my face and eyes.
I like how, it makes it seem like the mathematician side I think he worked at Oxford.
Yeah.
Was just to fund this. He was all like, this isn't me. Like, I'm not what I do for work. Okay. Please stop calling me a mathematician.
I am an alchemist, as you can tell from my pointy green hat and my goggles and my wisdom bonus.
He just walks into his cottage and a number of contraptions throw it on him. And then he's alchemy Newton.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think it would be like a bottle, like a potion that he smashes on the ground.
Because he's an alchemist.
Exactly. It dresses him. Number 36, improving your vocabulary. In the beginning, European alchemists had to rely primarily on translations of ancient Greek and Arabic texts for their information and alchemical recipes. This created an influx of new words into European languages, including words like alcohol and elixir. Those are alchemical words. Medieval alchemy was rooted in Greek philosophy, which adhered to the belief that all things in existence were made up of 4 things. You guessed it: earth, air, fire, nachos.
Nice.
No, the last one is water. I'm kidding.
What about heart? If you get the 5th one, you can summon Captain Planet. Or
that's the Alkahest. That's the Summoner's Stone. And there was actually a belief, I'm sure it'll come up later, but Alkahest was believed to be the substance from which these 4 things were birthed, and a kind of a universal element that could be either earth, air, fire, and water, or
all
water.
at once, a stem cell of elements.
Yeah, stem cell element. In a world made of steel, this is number 34. Although new to Europe in the Middle Ages, alchemy is rooted in metallurgy, creating alloys, metalworking techniques, etc. Europeans had centuries of knowledge and experience with this practice, so they were primed for the advent of alchemy. When European alchemists began writing their own texts, not just working from translations, they would frequently adopt Arabic pseudonyms. It's fun. As the Islamic world had produced some of the most important work on alchemy by that time. So they had to be like, no, my name's not Tony Englishman. It's, Muhammad Chemical Smith.
I understand. And it's prejudice of me for sure. But if I don't see
but every time
Japanese name for a Japanese recipe, I'm all like, okay. You can't really be cooking the great Japanese food. And they probably are. But I think it's that same a short-sightedness to where I bet back in the day to where writing an alchemy book, if your name was Tony Stun, they were like, no, you don't know shit about alchemy.
Yeah.
Where's the Al in your name, fool?
Yeah, it's the same reason why to this day, if I meet someone from the Middle East, I grab them by their lapels and I say, give me the stone. Give me the stone. I wish to know the secrets of immortality.
Jordan, are you going back to the airport? Are you waiting for Air Dubai now?
Just profiling motherfuckers. He has the philosopher's stone. My pointy hat on. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. The 13th century monk Roger Bacon. Boy,
you're welcome.
It's a good name.
I gave it to him.
Was an authority on subjects like comparative linguistics and medicine, but he also lobbied for the inclusion of less conventional subjects like alchemy and kickflips. No, the other one is astrology into the medieval university curriculum. So he was like, let's get some fucking fun shit in here, huh? Looking at the stars, taking potions.
Regular Hogwarts he was trying to make.
That's literally the goof that they made next. They're like, the course offerings at Hogwarts might not have seemed so far-fetched to Bacon. Bacon's fame lasted well beyond his death at the end of the 13th century, perhaps because legend portrayed him as a more powerful alchemist and magician than as a monk and scholar. One famous tale claims that Bacon assisted in creating a magical bronze bust that would answer any questions it was asked, a sophisticated precursor to today's Magic 8-Ball. Boy, they really beefed the landing there. A bust is also like a bronze head. It wasn't like a lady's rack.
I've told the future in many ladies' racks, though, before.
Asking, oh, sacred tits of Bacon, tell me the truth. Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. Although women alchemists were virtually non-existent in the Middle Ages, shocker, the very first alchemist on record is a woman known as Mary the Jewess. What a name. Who was practicing around 200 AD. She's credited with various advances involving heating and distillation of elements that are still used in some form by chemists today. That's amazing. So Mary was the first ever alchemist, but then it got to Europe and they were like, no girls allowed.
No girl and no Jews, please.
Yeah, right. All wrapped up in one convenient package.
Everything Europe
for the
hates.
Fucking Western world. Yeah. Alchemists were a paranoid, secretive bunch, much like criminals. That's why they fought Batman so often.
Now I understand.
Often jealously guarding their research by writing it in code, peppering it with misleading or deliberately false information, and using invented jargon. Historians have now determined that certain unlikely sounding ingredients in alchemical recipes were actually shorthand for more regular things. Dragon's blood. What do you think they were referring to with dragon's blood?
Okay, so we're bringing that down. Dragon's blood could be like a flower, a rose petal or something. I'm going to say a red flower. How close am I, or far away?
This was a long shot. I was going to there was no winning this for you. Mercury sulfide.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it now. When you say it, it's all like, duh.
Yeah. How about this one? The Black Dragon. What do you think that was?
The Black Dragon is like a cattail-like thing. I'm going plant still.
Okay.
But bad. It's like a hard, like cattail-like thing. You find it in bogs.
This is actually powdered lead. You know, the Black Dragon. Anyway, moving ahead. A famous medieval text, Theophilus on Diverse Arts, includes a recipe for quote-unquote Spanish gold, which is made from vinegar, red copper, human blood, and powdered basilisk, a mythical reptile that could kill with a glance. And in case you're thinking maybe powdered basilisk is code for something else, the author goes on to describe how you can obtain a basilisk, a process involving getting two roosters to mate and giving the egg they produce a toad to hatch it.
We can do this.
I know where to find all of that shit.
Yeah, no, we can do this. So I need to get two roosters to mate?
Right.
That's easy. Animals are gay all day long.
Yeah,
I can get two. How do I get them to lay an egg?
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Then, so if they bang for long enough, apparently you will get an egg, and then you have to give that egg to a toad that will incubate it, which is toads don't. It's not really their jam. They kind of lay their eggs in a puddle and then fuck off.
No, we can do this. We can figure this out.
All right, you get to work on that. I'm going to
give me till Monday.
The gift that keeps on giving. This is number 25. Boy, I want to keep reading because this is a great article.
This can be something we come back to.
You think we should come back to this one? Okay.
You said there's 41 of them.
Yes,
You've hit up maybe like 7.
We're on 25. We'll make it to 20. Some alchemists believe that the Philosopher's Stone could do more than just provide wealth and immortality. One work contends that it can also turn glass from a solid into a flexible substance, thus bestowing, along with affluence and eternal life, the ultimate party trick. Even stranger, though, glass is an amorphous solid. And that's true. I mean, over many, many years, glass will droop. Windows from like ancient areas.
They're bottom heavy.
Yeah, they're thick at the bottom because the glass kind of drips.
Yeah, I live in less than that. It happens fast. I live in 100-year-old building with some like windows from more or less recent, and they're dropping. Like maybe 20 years, windows. You can see some good droopage. Anyway, explore your old buildings in your neighborhood. Knock on the windows. See if anyone's in the basement.
Jean de Roquetayad, a medieval monk, set his sights on finding a panacea, or a cure-all, which he called aqua vitae, which is Latin for the water of life. He claimed to have succeeded in this venture, but no evidence of this remains, and the term aqua vitae is still used today to apply to extremely strong distillations of alcohol. Maybe he'd had a little too much to drink of his own panacea. Wow, factinate.com. You're a goofball.
What if he did, though, and is immortal and destroyed his evidence because he knew it was a curse?
Like, this could never fall into the hands. What if Roger and Jordan got a hold of it?
You don't want us living forever.
De Roquetayad was also a bit of an alchemical bad boy in the 14th century. He so completely offended two consecutive popes, Clement VI and Innocent VI, with his dramatic prophecies and vehement denunciations of abuses within the church that despite his scholarly reputation, he spent most of his later days behind bars. Dang. I mean, he sounds like a dope dude.
Sounds like he was all right, yeah.
Later on in his tenure, the alchemical profession attracted its share of fakes and charlatans, so much so that in Germany, there was even a term Betrüger, which meant fraudulent alchemist. Today, the term is still in use and simply means fraudster. He's a Betrüger.
Nice.
So we're going to jump over to this article I found about the Philosopher's Stone because we have made it to the 20th factoid. And I wanted to read a little bit about this from mysticinvestigations.com. Asks, is the Philosopher's Stone real?
Follow-up question. Where can I find it?
They say, our extensive paranormal research leads us to believe that the Philosopher's Stone is real.
Oh!
It is responsible for the birth of the ancient art of alchemy that melded science and magic into one. In some respects, alchemy was related to wizardry. Alchemists sought to replicate the perplexing powers of the elusive Philosopher's Stone in its long absence. The apex of alchemy was considered the creation of a new Philosopher's Stone, so whoever was to accomplish this would have immense personal power, perhaps enough to take over entire civilizations. However, nobody possessing it was foolhardy enough to risk going up against the entire world of magic and the supernatural powers that be. It's rumored that only one person accomplished the creation of a second Philosopher's Stone, an alchemist named Tobin, who lived in the 16th century. Upon his supposed creation of the stone, he promptly vanished from existence. The second stone also disappeared with him. So where did it come from?
Interesting.
Studies of ancient records and secret government documents indicate the Philosopher's Stone was a gift presented to an ancient advanced human civilization. We know there were at least a handful of these modern societies during our 100,000 plus year history on Earth. In essence, I don't know where Mystic Investigations is getting these facts from, but they are leaning into it. So I'm convinced. In essence, we are living in the risen post-apocalypse of the last fallen civilization lost to the sands of time. The first regarded sighting of the stone was 12,000 years ago on the ancient lost continent of Atlantis that eventually spawned the supernatural mermaid species. What is this? Is this for a video game? What am I doing?
No, I think it's real. As someone who's been hunting mermaids for their healing, for the healing properties of their blood, that's accurate.
Mm-hmm. Sure. The ancient civilization was known to advance greatly due to water world extraterrestrials who also mated with the Atlanteans. Undoubtedly, the stone played a major role as well. Plausibly, it was a gift from aliens.
Plausibly.
Is that plausible? Okay. The Philosopher's Stone appears to be a large, square, or rectangular-shaped stone with crystalline qualities. Its original size was thought to be equivalent to a stack of 3 average-sized books. That's a big old stone, homie.
I was thinking like a little thing you could keep as a pendant, show off that you're master alchemist.
However, due to wear and tear, it would be much smaller now. There you go.
Okay.
It shimmers in a number of colors depending on the user's purpose. It has also been observed as crimson with a white glow as a secondary color. Observed by who? They do not say.
Tobin.
Presumably. The stone is a storehouse of knowledge from across the galaxy. This further substantiates its alien origin. So interesting. They're saying that it's not necessarily the stone itself that has these amazing properties, but the stone is like a hard drive or of sorts that contains in this organic crystal information storage device contains all the secrets of the universe.
Interesting. And maybe with the secrets of the universe come whatever metal I want into gold.
You could turn lead into gold. You could turn, humans into immortals, etc. All accounts indicate it was actually an advanced supercomputer in the guise of a stone. A user could touch the device, ask a question with words or even thoughts. The answer would materialize in the user's given language on the surface. This is very Magic 8-Ball.
Yep. You got to keep turning it around like it's a really long sentence and just flip it around.
Yeah. And half the time it's ask again later. Placing objects upon the stone could transmute them into other substances. Common metals and stones could be turned into gold, silver, and diamonds. Its perpetual glowing power indicates an amazing, eternal, enchanted energy source, plausibly tapping directly into an unlimited supply of metaphysical energy. It is thought to be composed in part with a form of metaphysical matter known as psychic stone. These supernatural stones were most likely intertwined with a form of alien technology beyond our comprehension, a magical melding of science and magic to bring us alchemy.
Interesting and plausible. I'm not going to lie. IBM has done lots of research with crystals and data information, and supposedly you can put a shit ton of information into a quartz crystal.
Quartz, yeah. The Philosopher's Stone could be chiseled into pieces or powder without affecting the workings of the complex metaphysical mechanism. These pieces could create a perpetual light source, while the powder was often used in various potions. When ingested, it cured all disease, healed all injuries, and even reversed aging. This is why it's often called the elixir of life. Under the right circumstances, it could even make a person immortal, plausibly even amortal and invincible. I don't know what amortal is. That's new to me.
I'm going to go look that up.
Yeah, it's just A in front of the word mortal. There is an ancient anecdotal evidence of it resurrecting the dead in non-zombie form. By extension, there was communication with the dead and higher dimensional deities. This could possibly lead to the opening of paranormal portals to said dimensions. The supernatural stone is a holy grail of unimaginable knowledge and could propel humankind to godhood status if used properly. You can see why I wanted to get to this article. This shit is buck wild.
And immortality is the condition of never having died and never being able to die.
Ah, I see. That sounds like
as an immortal entity was never alive to begin with.
Are you looking at amortal?
I'm looking at immortal.
I see.
Amortal.
Interesting.
It's a weird status. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
and it's supposedly been around for fucking centuries.
Doesn't make a ton of sense to me right now, but that's my problem. According to legend, it was last seen in the stone. It was last seen in the hands of 13th century alchemist, theologian, and philosopher Albertus Magnus, who then supposedly passed it to his pupil Thomas Aquinas. We know that guy. Shortly before his death in 1280. Magnus recorded that he had witnessed the creation of gold through transmutation, among other miracles. Naturally, his Christian belief attributed the power to God.
Okay. And immortals, apparently, I found another page that says amortals can die from catastrophic damage, though. Like you can rip their, explosion will kill you, but immortals, you survive.
Oh, interesting. Both men are rumored to have gained immortality through use of the stone, both Albertus Magnus, but it did say that he died. So, and Thomas Aquinas were both, Thomas Aquinas, I don't know, said to have gained immortality through the stone. They then rose to higher planes of reality where the stone couldn't go. Thus, it should still be here on Earth. So, to answer your first question, Roger, where is the Philosopher's Stone?
Where's the stone?
Currently, it's unknown where the Philosopher's Stone resides. So if you have it, like, hit us up.
Werewolfradar.com. There's a contact us tab.
We're also on X. This includes the second one created by the mysterious alchemist Tobin in the 16th century. Is it buried in the sultry sands of a desolate desert, lost under the dark depths of a shimmering sea, in the hands of the wealthy elite plutocrats that run our planet, sitting in a museum somewhere without anyone knowing what it is? Maybe it's in someone's dusty attic, or quite possibly reclaimed by the aliens who gave it to humankind to begin with. Such knowledge in the wrong hands could destroy our Earth. It has been prophesied that the creation of a third Philosopher's Stone will usher in an enchanted era of human enlightenment, the likes of which has never been seen on Earth, period. End of article.
Then we need to get to it. If that's what could happen, I'm going to devote my entire life to creating this.
I would like the enchanted world to also be true. Could you imagine how dope that would be? To have spells and leprechauns and ghouls and goblins again.
Oh, yeah. As my work associates, as my friends, as my enemies. I would love it.
Be amazing. This is Shadowrun. We're talking about Shadowrun. Folks, that does it for my segment on alchemy. Maybe we'll come back to this because it is really fascinating, lore thick stuff. I'm calling this segment All That Glitters Is Not Gould. Damn it. I shouldn't have launched. You never launch unless you have something, you know?
However,
just an unprofesh.
Just do it anyway. Have fun with it.
We do need the Philosopher's Stone. If you have it, please put it in a self-addressed stamped envelope and send it. Just write Werewolf Radar on there. Monstroko will know how to get it to us. They will probably intercept it and end the world with it. So maybe we'll sort something else out. Yeah, hit us up directly. Not that we're going against the will of Monstroko. That is not what's happening here. Okay, so that's not what's happening here.
Be cool, Monstroko.
Just be cool. Just be cool about it, please.
Also, Jordan, before we wrap up, it's the end of the month, and that means Patreon shout out or howl out. Let's go down the list of the people supporting us for the month of July. We have Nick Bailey, Michael King, Jason Waddell, Phil Corridor, Jimmy Smith, or Spooky Appalachia, Janet Bravo, Bob Ryan, AWOL 51, Amanda, Tobias Livingston, the most well-prepared dead guy, Marcelo Durand, Elliot Broder, Alicia Coy, Cheesebot O'Doom, Abby Claboo, Ryan Flint, Jessica, Jake Specht, Akirian Soldier, Dean Malik, Dakota Vincent, Brian Ely, Adra Kinkle, and of course our Chancellor of Madness, staying up strong up top, Agon in Felix.
Thank you so much for your continued support of the kooky things we do here. You guys are the best. If you're new to the pod, you can follow us all over the damn internet. We're on X.
Also, Jordan, you got very quiet.
Oh, how? How about this?
I think it was the screaming and it turned it down automatically.
Dang it. Yeesh. Friggin'. Am I still quiet?
Nah, you're better now. Actually, you're quiet, but clearer. I like it.
How about now? Normal?
Perfect.
Normal sauce? Great. It worked. If you like what we do or don't like what we do, follow us on X, on Threads, on Instagram. You can join our Patreon and get an extra episode every week in addition to art and fiction, all kinds of stuff. You can follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/werewolf_radar. That will be you'll get to see us play Dungeons and Dragons every week. It's very fun and cool. And when we can't play Dungeons and Dragons, we play cool games like freaking
Yakuza, Like a Dragon right now. Maybe some
Phasmophobia.
Yeah,
some Remnant 2. Some Bigfoot. The game just had an update. We're going to get into that shit. You better believe it. Shout out to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers for our intro and outro song. You're the best. I think that does it for another episode of Werewolf Radar. Until next time, as always, our sign-off line on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Punch the sky,
Spaceman
Joe.